Hello, everybody. It's Mike Young with Mike Young Real Estate. We're here to talk about the 12 factors that affect the price of real estate. And the one we're on right now is government policies. Okay, now how do government policies affect the price of real estate in a particular area? Well, let's talk about very general terms, I'd say. In general, if you're living in an area that doesn't have too many policies, different little regulations, I'd say, um, just different things that apply to real estate, like you have to do this to build, you have to do that to build, and the list is like 200 things long. If you got something like that, if you got all these policies, regulations, well, what does that do? It makes it harder and harder to build houses. Even the state of California at one point, until just recently, had a policy in place where you had to only build single family detached houses. You couldn't build any multifamily. Okay, that affected the price of real estate. How did it affect it? It was so strict. These strict policies, they drive up the price of real estate. Okay, anytime you do any kind of more zoning regulations, stricter zoning, you try to preserve land. If you preserve land, that means there's less land to build on, which means higher real estate values. Okay, now what's interesting is it does mean higher real estate values at first, but then when the policies become so strict, then people want to leave. Okay, so then the areas with the least amount of policies start to see the largest amount of price increases. And that's what we're living through right now in May of 2022 and up till, I say, the last year or so. You've seen a huge migration from the blue states to the red states. All right, and it's because of, obviously everyone knows, if you're in a blue state, you got regulations all over the place for everything you can think of. If you're in a red state, traditionally, you have as few government regulations or interventions or whatever as possible. People don't like a lot of government in those areas. So what we're seeing now is, at least at this point in the market, we're seeing prices rise in areas that have less policies for government, and areas that have more policies and regulations and stipulations, we're seeing prices kind of falter in those areas. But eventually that'll change too, because what will probably end up happening is that a lot of these areas that are seeing increases in prices because of less policies, well, who's moving in there? Generally people from these blue states. And what's going to happen? They may end up changing the laws, and then those property values will rise even more because of stricter building regulations. It's just, you can't win with these things, but it's a factor, and you got to consider it with the value of real estate. So if you got some value out of watching this video, please click the like button and be sure to subscribe if you don't already, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.